my favorite 9mm round is.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Newest Gun Guy, used to be the Newest Gun channel on YouTube, and thanks for stopping in for another Truck Talk. If you haven't been here before, we talk about a ton of different things, not just firearms, all about becoming a better society, a better group of people. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications bell to all, so you don't miss a single thing right here on the Newest Gun Guy. Give this video a thumbs up, alright? Thumbs up actually really help, so give it a thumbs up. If there's something you want us to cover in Truck Talks, put that down in the comments below, and we'll put it on the list, and we'll make sure we get to it. We got a growing list. And it's awesome. It's awesome. I actually love it. Alright guys, so we're talking about 9mm rounds. Probably the biggest caliber, most common caliber out there, especially for carry ammo. You know, when I'm just shooting around, I'm just kind of plinking around at the range and whatnot. I have two go-tos. Typically steel ammo, just because it's really cheap, you can get it online. And the other one is I go to a gun counter and I say, what's the cheapest thing you got? And that's it. I don't have big, you know, I'm not big time, I don't have some channel sponsor, you know, but, so I gotta do what I gotta do, you know, we balling on a budget around here, you know. For carry ammo, what I typically use is Federal HSTs. These are the 150 grain for micro. Typically I carry these in my Glock 43. But if I don't have any Federal around, then the ones I go to right now are the 147 grain Winchesters. I ride with those. That's what I use right now. That's probably backwards on the camera, ain't it? It's backwards to me. Maybe it's backwards on the video. I don't know. I guess I'll find out in editing. But I have found my favorite round that I love so much. Love it. I love it. You hear me? Love it. My favorite 9mm round is, and you gotta stay with me for a second. My favorite 9mm round is a dummy round. Don't click off just yet. Don't click off just yet. Now, the reason I say a dummy round is not my new favorite round is because it has now made me realize so many things. Now, I'm going to let you all guess. You all can put down in the comments what sport you think I did. And if you do know what sport I did in college and growing up and stuff, if you do know, like if you know me and you know, don't put it down there. Come on, let's have a little fun here. It was a very kind of individualized team sport. And I got really used to focusing on what my body is doing. You know, what my arms are doing, what my legs were doing, what my hips were doing, what my head was doing. I was very in tune with what I was doing physically. Now, I understand that a lot of people aren't like that out there. So when I was shooting, I could tell exactly when it was me making the mistake. I knew when I flinched. Sometimes. But then there were some times I was so focused on trying to land a round like exactly where I wanted that I would still, then I'd be like, I don't know, I just can't hit anything today. I can't figure it out. Like, this ammo sucks. This, you know, the sights are off. These sights need to be pushed and stuff. And then we did the ball and dummy round, I think is what it's actually called, where you take a magazine and you load it up with a mixture between actual rounds, actual regular rounds that go bang, and dummy rounds. And I realized even more that I definitely have that flinch and that tendency to kind of jab forward. And when I jab forward and that trigger goes off, I'm typically going left and down, which is what a lot of people have. A lot of the problems that a lot of people have out there is going left and down. Another thing, that's reason number one. Reason number two, and this is a huge reason. The other big thing is on my Glock 19, I've recently moved on to a red dot because I realize that if I ever end up in a fight with somebody, I'm going to be so threat focused that I'm not going to look at sights. I realize that. But I will be able to see a red dot. And now that I've used one, and actually the first time I ever used a red dot, I was like, this is it. This is what it's all about. So what you want to make sure you do is, if you're moving to a red dot, is you got to make sure that presentation is pretty much perfect. You got to make sure you're right on every single time. And it's something that I'm still working towards. You know, I'm relatively within, like, I mean, just like that much. Like, it's basically in the window almost every time. But, you know, there's still room to perfect on that. Now, when I say that, what's a way to fix that is doing a lot of dry firing, a lot of just holster draws. Just drawing your holster and presenting the gun can help with that so much with is where these will come handy. You want to make sure that, if you're doing dry fire, or if you're doing any sort of draws or anything like that in the morning before you get ready to go to work or wherever you're going, then you want to make sure that you're being extremely safe about it. So you want to make sure that there's no other rounds in the room, and you're using these little hush puppies here. Alright guys, so these are a huge benefit, guys. Especially even if you've been shooting for years, put these things in there, or do the ball and dummy round, where literally, it could look at something like this. Like, I have the mag, you put the round in, and then you put a round above it, and it looks like a normal mag, unless you look down in there. But it looks like a normal mag, and now when you go to fire, that first one fires, but then when you get to that second one, it's not going to go. And that's when you'll really be able to see that flinch. And if maybe you don't see the flinch, maybe you got it down, maybe you don't have a problem with it, and in that case, I'm happy for you. So that's going to wrap things up. Oh, I just launched that round somewhere. It's gone. That sucks. I hate losing carry ammo. Alright guys, that's going to wrap things up for this week's, not this week. That's going to wrap things up for today's truck talk. Make sure you subscribe. I can't talk. I have pizza in my mouth and it's got me. That's going to wrap things up for this week's. That's going to wrap things up for this truck talk. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notifications bell. I keep stuttering so bad I can't. If you got an idea for a truck talk, put it in the comments down below, and I'll make sure I get it on the list. I'm here for you all. I want to listen to you all. So if you all got anything, put them down in the comments below, and I'll put it on the list, and we'll get it going. Okay. Tons of Flip the Opinion coming up. I already got at least the first one lined up, and I'm talking to some more people. And then we got Tactical Terry's on Tuesday, and then we got Truck Talks coming out on a Thursday evening, Friday morning basis right now. Is when those are coming out. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Give this video a thumbs up and share it out. Get it out to everybody, especially if you know somebody that has that tendency to just a little bit. Or if someone's at the range and they're like, I just keep shooting down and left. I gotta aim up and right every single time. Then here's a fun trick. You can take these, throw them in your bag. Where did mine go? You can take these, throw them in your bag, and then you're good to go. Alright guys, I'll catch you all later. Hey, and always remember, keep that barrel pointed down there.